Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit IRACING.com.
Welcome everybody here to the Madhouse Racing League here live on Elevated TV. Hope everybody's having a fantastic Wednesday afternoon. We're coming at you here from the Langley Motor Speedway, or the Langley Speedway here in Langley, Virginia. And we got twin 25 lap modifieds on tap for tonight. And the way it's been, it sounds like it's been an exciting season so far. I believe this is the third week of the season. And gonna have some really good racing going on tonight. Got twin 25s in the modifieds, and then you got the street stocks coming up afterwards for, I believe, their 20-25 lap main event. So we're gonna get down trackside here and go on board with a couple drivers and see what happens. As you see there, Billy Gregg in the number 98 machine. And then you got Tristan Adams in that number 29. Looks like Wyatt Sapp going to be the first one to lay a lap down here in your modifieds. 14.656. That's going to put him first. Billy Gregg, Kyler Staley, Tristan Adams. Only 4 taking time so far. Tristan Adams trying to pick up there. Billy Gregg at the top of the board with a 14.631. Nobody's still touching that time right yet. Kyler Staley going to go to second with a 14.570. 14.565. Kyler Staley to the top of the board. Jackson Casper sitting in 7th right now with a 14.837. See if he can pick it up here on his final lap as he drives it off into turn number 3. Langley Speedway's flat corners here. Pretty much flat all the way around. Jackson Casper, 14.733. Going to put him 7th. So, still a couple more drivers to go out. Nolan Marshall being one. Bryce Nelson. There you see Nolan Marshall in the number 2 machine. He's on track right now. Still nobody touching that time by step down by Kyler Staley. Bryce Nelson with a 14.587. Going to go to second. Nolan Marshall with a 14.678. Going to go to 6th. See if anybody's got anything for Kyler Staley. Nolan Marshall going to pick it up there. Go to 4th with a 14.632. See if he can lay down another good lap here. Setting 4th right now. 14.778 there. Not going to do it. Kyler Staley going to be sitting on the pole. Scooter Stanley out on the racing surface right now. Down the back straightaway, coming to complete lap number 2. 15.176. See what he lays down here. 15.259 there. See what he can do right here. For 15.461. Not gonna be the way you want to go there. That's gonna put him 12th. Looks like everybody has qualified. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it's called the Madhouse Scramble, if I'm not mistaken. I think for the they qualify in the modifieds, and they don't qualify in the street stocks. Don't hold me to that. I believe that's how it works, though. I believe the first set of races of the night, which would have been the tour mods, they qualify, and then the street stocks, they don't qualify. It's kind of a random draw. So we'll see. But I believe also in the tour mods, with there being twin races tonight, with there being 12, they'll probably do a 4, 6, or an 8 for an invert. And that'll be the invert for the second race. So there will be an invert. And a lot of cool different things they do over here with the Madhouse. They kind of base it off of Bowman Gray Stadium in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And it's pretty fun and interesting the way they do things over here and how they do things. So looks like you still got about 5 minutes left here on the clock. And we're going to see if anybody else is going to take time here. Currently, Kyler Staley sitting on the top of the board with a 14.565. Bryce Nelson with a 14.587. Billy Gregg sitting third with a 14.631. Nolan Marshall right there behind him with a 14.632 in fourth. Wyatt Sapp sitting fifth with a 14.656. Colton Brooks sitting sixth with a 14.663. Corbin Miller in that number 9 machine sitting seventh with a 14.686. Dominic Lumley sitting 8th with a 14.691. Jackson Casper, one of the Smart Tour modified guys, heavy hitter at Caraway Speedway a couple weeks ago, until we got put in the outside wall with a 14.733, sitting 9th. Tristan Adams with a 10th with a 14.932. And Blake Spears sitting 11th with a 15.141. And you just seen Scooter Stanley. He rounds out your 12 cars that took time so far with a 15.176. Alrighty, we're going to try to get our pole winner here up in here. We're going to drag him in here and see if we can get a quick word with him. Kyler Staley, Rooster, you got me? Well, we had him there for a minute. We'll see if we can't get him here in just a minute. Looks like people getting moved around, things happening, and we'll try to get a word with him here in a minute. Looks like we're going racing. Qualifying has ended. We've got 12 cars starting, and Kyler Staley going to be starting on the pole. So let's take a quick look here at your race grid. Starting on row 1 is going to be Kyler Staley, Bryce Nelson. Row 2 is going to be Billy Gregg and Nolan Marshall. Row 3 going to be Wyatt Sapp, Colton Brooks. Row 4 going to be Corbin Miller, Dominic Lumley, Jackson Casper, Tristan Adams round out row 5. Blake Spears, Scooter Stanley round out your starting field. Take a quick look at your weather here at the Langley. Air tip 72, wind direction south. Wind speed is about 3 miles an hour southeast. No humidity, no fog, and clear sky conditions. Taking a quick look at your track information here at Langley Speedway in Langley, Virginia. Or Hampton, Virginia, I should say. 0.36 mile track for track turns. Track elevation is going to be 15.12 foot, 74 degree track temp. Located in the Hampton, Virginia area in the good old US of A. Waiting on Jackson Casper to grid up and get going racing. I also want to give a big shout out to Griggs Old Lexington Front End and Frame Shop. You need some front end work done. You need some frame work done. Make sure you go check out Billy Gregg and them over there at Greg's Old Lexington Frame Shop. If you're around the Winston-Salem, the old Lexington, North Carolina area. Also want to give a big shout out to Velocita. If you're in the market for a new race suit, new helmet, new gloves, new anything racing-wise, product-wise, make sure you go check out Velocita and buy you some new racing gear. They are our presenting league sponsors here for the Madhouse Racing League. Good little field here of modifieds, and kind of excited to see. We got 31s on the front row. I don't think they planned that, but kind of happened. So one to go here, and Kyler Staley, Bryce Nelson, Billy Gregg, Nolan Marshall, Wyatt Sapp going to lead them down into turn number 1. Bottom line being the preferred line here at Langley, so got to begin to wonder what's going to happen here. So green flag in the air. We're underway here for your modifieds. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Billy Gregg looking on the inside of Bryce Nelson. Bryce Nelson going to tuck down. We're going to get single foul here to complete lap number 1 for twin number 1. Nolan Marshall looking on the back bumper of Billy Gregg there for second. Bryce Nelson, big time loose there. Big check up there. He's going to get shuffled up out of line. Everybody going to have to check up a little bit. Way to save it here as they work back into turn number 1. Meanwhile, looking behind them, you got Dominic Lumley in that number 7 machine. And Colton Brooks in that 24 looking to the inside of Corbin Miller. Corbin Miller going to get shuffled out to the outside. Not where you want to be here at Langley as he works back down into turn number 1. Here comes Jackson Casper to follow him, but meanwhile we got a battle up here for second. Nolan Marshall has shuffled Bryce Nelson out, and here comes Wyatt Sapp on the 46. Wyatt Sapp going to touch. They're going to save the little looseness there as they worked off into 1. Wyatt Sapp still looking to the inside of Bryce Nelson, though. Good little battle here as we got 6 laps complete of 25. Big time loose off of 4 for Nolan. Everybody's struggling, being loose, driving the wheels off these things. Oh, Dominic Lumley going to go around. Going to spin it through the grass. Caution flag going to fly for the number 62 machine. We go back there and see what happened with the number 62 machine of Dominic Lumley. Keep your eyes on the black number 7 there behind Bryce Nelson and them. Was going good, having a good little run there, and just come off a 2 and around she went. Tried to save it, had it saved, and just couldn't get it back together in time enough for the caution. The break there for him, and good little battle up front here though, with Greg and Marshall and Sapp and Nelson and Brooks. Everybody kind of doing all they can to try to catch that number 31 of Kyler Staley. Single file restart. Pace car's off. Green flag back in the air. We're back underway. Kyler Staley with a great jump, but here comes Brooks. Brooks already looking to the inside of Nelson. Brooks on the apron. Nelson side by side as they work off a 2 down the backstretch. This going on for 5th and 6th, but here comes Sapp. Sapp looking to the inside of Marshall. Wyatt Sapp in that pink and white number 46 to the inside. Gonna get it. Brooks gonna clear. Nelson gonna give him a love shot. Back off into 1. Down the back straightaway they go. Working. Nelson gonna get hard in the wall down the back stretch. About center of the corner. Oh, Nelson gonna spin Brooks. No caution going to be thrown. There's the caution. Nelson not happy with the 24 machine of Colton Brooks. Go back and see if we can't see what happened there, what started it all. Brooks. Looks like Brooks stops in the corner a little bit. Nelson all over the back bumper. Nelson going to get in the wall hard, and then Nelson going to get in there and get into the rack end of him. Corbin Miller, let's go on board with him and see what he saw from the in-car. Beating and banging as they work down into 1 or 3. Brooks going to push Nelson up high in 3 and 4. And working it down back into 1. Nelson all over the back bumper. Brooks Corbin just trying to play himself clean. Here we go. Into 3 and 4. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, Corbin did make a little contact there with the 31 machine of Nelson. Pace car off. Restart once again. Here we go. Green flag back in the air. We're back on our way. Kyler Staley with another great jump. Here comes Lumley. Lumley, Casper. Corbin Miller way up high. Here comes Casper, crossover move, side by side. They're going to touch a little bit as they work back into 1. Jackson Casper on the outside or inside of Corbin Miller. They're going to clear him off a 2, down the back straightaway. Meanwhile, Nolan Marshall with a mirror full of Wyatt Sapp. Wyatt Sapp trying to make something work here as we go on board here with it, with Wyatt Sapp. Wyatt Sapp trying to catch that number 2 machine as they work back down into turn number 1. Billy Gregg, Nolan Marshall, all over the back bumper of one another. Here comes Lumley. Lumley putting his nose in this. We got a 4-car battle for second as they work it down the front stretch. Nolan Marshall working into 3. There goes Staley. Oh, Sapp in the wall. That's going to open the door up for Lumley. Lumley looking to the inside. Both cars going to be a little tight. They're up a 2. Here comes Lumley down to the inside. Sapp going to give him the room. Here comes Casper. Casper going to let Sapp back in. 19 of 25. Next time by 5 to go for Kyler Staley here in twin number 1. Everybody still trying to make something work. Right now, the battle with 5 laps to go. Dominic Lumley trying to rebound from spinning. He's looking to catch Nolan Marshall. Nolan Marshall going to get a little loose. Here comes Lumley. Lumley to the inside. Looks to it, thinks about it, says, no, I'm going to wait and be patient a little bit longer here. Here comes Lumley. Lumley back to the inside of the tube machine. Thought about it again. Nolan going to shut the door on him. 4 to go. 3 to go. Lumley there. Lumley going to give him a little up tap. Hey, dude, I'm here. Nolan there. Oh, Nolan going to shut the door again. Popsicle sticks in the air for Kyler Staley. 2 to go. Meanwhile, Nolan, Marshall, Dominic, Lumley, most exciting battle on the racetrack. Lumley all over the back bumper. Off of turn number 4. Kyler Staley, white flag in the air one more time around for the 31 machine. He's hit his marks all night in race number 1. Can he do it again in race number 2? Through 3 and 4, Kyler Staley going to win your twin number 1. Billy Gregg comes home second. Nolan Marshall, your top 3. Kyler Staley gonna burn it down as everything gets set up. We're gonna not gonna probably not gonna be able to get an interview, but looks like the order is there, and we're gonna try to get Staley in here real fast and see if we can't get a word with him. Kyler Staley, Rooster in the booth. You got me?
Yeah.
Man, flag to flag. Walk me through it.
Just dragging Billy Gregg's nuts.
Well, for twin number 2, what do we got for the invert?
I drew an 8, so I'll be going to 8th. Bryce Nelson on the pole.
There you heard it. Well, good luck here in twin number 2.
Thank you.
Well, the invert was an 8, so that's going to put Bryce Nelson on the pole. Corey Miller to his outside. Jackson Casper, Wyatt Sapp, row 2. Dominic Lumley, Nola Marshall, row 3. Billy Gregg, Kyler Staley, row 4. And then Colton Brooks, Tristan Adams, row 5. And Blake Spears and Scooter Stanley, row 6. You'll see the field kind of go around. They're going to use a couple laps to get everybody in order here. Bryce Nelson and Corbin Miller will be row number 1. There you see them. Then you got Jackson Casper and Wyatt Sapp. Then you got Lumley, Marshall, and then Gregg and Staley. Can Staley do it? Can he come from the rear from starting 8th and win twin number 2? Remember, folks, don't go anywhere after this. We got a 20-lap street stock event coming to you after this one. Field situated. We're ready to go green here for twin number 2. Bryce Nelson, Corbin Miller on the front row. Born of the IRACING flagman, green flag in the air. We're back underway. Into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Casper. Casper, Corbin Miller side by side. Here comes Dominic. Oh man, we got a wreck. Billy Gregg through the grass. Wyatt Sapp. Billy Gregg coming back on the track. Don't ask to tell me how he done that, but what a start there. What a interesting start there. Let's go back and kind of see what happened there with Wyatt Sapp. Wyatt Sapp there in the pink machine. Not too sure what happened there. Good through one, off of two. Looks like we're 3 wide here. Looks like Sap just got in the wall. Let's go back and see if we can't figure out what happened with Billy Gregg. Fast forward a little bit. We'll go back a little bit. Here we go. Looks like Billy Gregg just locked her down and nowhere to go. So lap 3, caution laps are counting, it looks like here in this one. It's going to be a single file restart. Lights off on the iRacing official pace car. 1 to go. Race control's happy. And field set. We're going to turn them loose. Bryce Nelson, Corbin Miller, Jackson Casper, your top 3. Dominic Lumley, Wyatt Zapp, round out your top 5. Pace car's off. Well, you're backing away. Bryce Nelson with a great jump once again. Everybody's single file. Here comes Sapp. Here, Sapp, big time loose. Colton Brooks all over the back bumper, though. Here comes Staley. Staley looking to the inside of Gregg. Here comes Brooks. Brooks looking on the inside of Sapp for 5th. Colton Brooks trying to make something work. Here comes Kyler Staley, Billy Gregg. Staley on the bottom. Gregg on the outside. Then you got Blake Spears in that 23 machine looking to the outside, and Corbin Miller's around. Let's go back and see if we can figure out what happened there with him. Corbin Miller there in that number 9 Elite Performance Industries machine. Looks like he was good through 1 and 2. Off of 2, down the back straightaway. Not too sure if he just looped it on his own. Just looped it on his own. Nobody touched him. Locked him down to bring out another caution. Lights off on the iRacing official pace car, and we're ready to go again. 9 of 25 here in this one. Bryce Nelson, Jackson Casper, Dominic Lumley, Wyatt Sapp, Colton Brooks, your top 5 as the field begins to work through 3 and 4. Coming back to the green flag, Bryce Nelson with a great jump once again. Here comes Brooks. Brooks looking to the inside of Sapp already in turn number 1. Will Staley follow him. Brooks on the inside of Sapp. Sapp going to try to drive it in there. Not going to work. Sapp going to spin it around. Saves it though. Caution flag going to fly. Go back and see what happened there. So you see the number 46 of Wyatt Sapp. Looks like Brooks just got in there. Door bang a little bit. And then net code there. Looks like Brooks blinks. Messed up Sapp's whole, I guess you could say, potential there to get in between him and Staley, and got into the back of Brooks, and around they both went. Pace lights off on the iRacing official pace car. We're going to turn them loose again. 12 of 25, halfway down, halfway to go. 12 down, 12 to go. Green flag, flag in the air. Brooks looking to the inside of Lumley. Kyler Staley all over the 24 machine to the inside of him, side by side. Sapp there as well. Side by side as he worked down in the 3 and 4. Sapp there as well. Here comes Gregg. Will Gregg let him in? Yes, he's going to get in there for the 24. Oh, big time loose. Still loose, still driving the wheels off that 24 machine. Here comes everybody. Here comes Staley. Staley worked his way back up to fourth. Looking on third for Casper. Gives him a little up tap. Hey, man, I'm here. I'm coming to the inside. Looking to bring Wyatt Sapp with him as well. Casper going to try to get down. Sapp going to let him in. Moves Staley up to third. Dominic Lumley. Bryce Nelson out front. Dominic Lumley, Kyler Staley in chase. Here comes Sapp and Jet Casper. Sapp on the back bumper. Here comes Billy Gregg. Billy Gregg to the inside of Colton Brooks. Move Billy Gregg up to sixth. Bryce Nelson out front. Casper. Brooks looking back to the inside of Billy Gregg. Brooks going to door bang a little bit. They're going to rub. 18 to 25. Brooks going to get it loose on the apron. Colton Brooks driving the wheels off that car. Look at Billy Gregg. Talk to Billy Gregg. He's got a bad knee in the race car. Colton Brooks, Billy Gregg. Oh! Billy Gregg. Oh! Corbin Miller going to airborne on the 24 machine. So we go back there and look. Hard racing between the 98 of Billy Gregg and the 24, Colton Brooks. And it looks like it's going to come down to a 3-lap shootout. There you see them. They go around. Billy Gregg gets into the backup, and Corbin Miller goes airborne. Let's go back and see how Dominic Lumley got the lead here. Dominic Lumley, Bryce Nelson gets a little loose. Dominic Lumley to the inside of him. Thought about it. Bryce Nelson big time loose. Here comes Dominic Lumley to the outside. Bryce Nelson going to put to the bottom. Lumley crosses him up. New race leader goes to Dominic Lumley. Lights off the iRacing official pace car. Here we go. Nelson. That start's probably not going to go over too well with the race control. But we're going to stay green here. 3 laps to go in this one. And Dominic Lumley out front. Bryce Nelson there. Bryce Nelson on the back bumper of the number 7 machine. One car coming out of the pits. Not too sure where that is. Popsicle sticks in the air. Coming back to the white flag. Can Lumley hold on to it? Nelson on the back bumper. Nelson really loose. White flag in the air. Nelson going to get into Lumley. Lumley going to hang on to it. Lumley going to get there. Here comes Nelson. Nelson not going to get to him. Lumley going to get it. Did Staley get second? No. Nelson going to go to third. Dominic Lumley going to win twin race number 2. So we take a quick look here at your results. Dominic Lumley coming home with the win. Bryce Nelson second. Kyler Staley third. Wyatt Sapp fourth. Jackson Casper fifth. Corbin Miller sixth or seventh. Billy Gregg comes home sixth. Tristan Adams eighth. Colton Brooks ninth. Blake Spears comes home, rounds out your top 10. Scooter Stanley and Olin Marshall round out your top 12 cars. We're going to try to get a word here with Dominic Lumley. Dominic Lumley, Rooster in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Doing pretty good, man. Honestly, I didn't even realize you had took the lead there with about 3 to go. Looked like Bryce Nelson was fighting a really, really loose car, and you kind of were patient and took the advantage of him burning his stuff up there early on in the race. Walk me through right there with about 5 to go when you seen that late race caution.
Well, I did not want that once I took the lead. I knew I had it. I just was waiting on him to kind of bump up out the groove a little bit, and so I could turn up under him. He got up in the wall a little bit, and I think I bumped him a little bit, and I didn't mean to, so I was trying to let up and let him get back in line, but then he come up off the apron, and I turned under him, took the lead. There was a caution, and he gave me a couple of taps right there, coming to the white and then coming to the checkered, which I was hoping that he wasn't going to take me out, and I just held on to it with everything I had. I had no practice, barely any qualifying, didn't know what the set was going to do. I literally walked in the door at 7:04, so I just did my best.
Alrighty, well, anybody you want to thank for getting you here?
Staley for putting us on, you for broadcasting, and that's it. Thank you.
Alrighty, that's a word there with the number 62 machine coming home here with the win in twin number 2, Dominic Langley. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Alrighty, we're gonna get set up. We got a street stock race coming up here in just a few minutes. We're gonna take a quick commercial break, and when we come back here, we'll have more here from the Langley Speedway. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iracing.com.
Welcome to Elevated Television. We are home to the Pitfall Podcast Tour, the Madhouse Racing League, and if you are looking for a league or in a broadcast company looking to shine and show your name out there, look no further than Elevated Television. Do more than just broadcasting. We also do quality edits with HD picture quality and more here in just a few of what we do here over on Elevated Television. Overlays. We do all forms of racing from late models to NASCAR. So if you're a league owner looking to get your league out there, look no further than Elevated TV. Make sure you check out Elevated Television on YouTube, Facebook, and more. And since we are elevating your game, high-quality sim racing broadcast since 2022.
coming up to the line, being chased, and it was Braden Johnson. Unbelievable finish. It was 1/1000th of a second between them.
Green flag in the air. We are racing in the 2020 24 Hours of Daytona.
They go door to door for the feature race lead here on the last lap of the race.
Side by side for the race lead in the final corner at Homestead.
Down the back straightaway, 3 wide again for the race lead. This is unbelievable stuff here tonight.
Loma is going to have to be very deep on the brakes, and he is very deep on the brakes. It's side by side through the corner. This is for the win.
It'll be side by side. Davies low, Ottinger high. To the very inside is Garrett Low. 4 wide at the stripe.
For all he's worth here on this outside line, neck and neck. Who's going to back out? Does anyone back out?
Verstappen starts to squeeze on the inside, and now he'll try and straight line it. Goes under the apron. Drag race to the line. It's so close to call.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit IRACING.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to the Madhouse Racing League at Langley. We have got our street stocks out and ready and in full partay, and going to be a good one. If you missed the first 2N25s, you are in for a treat here with these street stocks. To me, the street stocks are probably one of the hardest cars to drive on the sim, as far as how they handle. It's going to be an interesting race when you get all these guys out here and get them to going. So we take a quick look here at qualifying, or I should say practice. I'm going to drag Kyler Staley in here just for a minute. Kyler Staley, you got me?
Yes, sir.
Kind of walk me through, walk the fans out there watching how the second race works. We don't qualify, correct?
Yeah, we don't qualify. What we'll do is in the Discord, how many ever cars we got total, we'll put it on a spinny wheel thing, and we draw by points. So I don't know exactly who's leading the points, but say Billy's leading the points. He'll draw first. I'm second in points. I'll draw second. So we don't qualify, so the fast guys ain't up front every damn week. It's always a mixture of like fast and slow guys up front, fast guys in the back, slow guys up front. Like you got 20 laps to get to the front if you're in the back.
Well, there you go. That's the way how qualifying works here for the second race. And I believe it's like that every week. Y'all call it the Madhouse Scramble, right?
Well, that's like for modifieds and the sportsman races. The twin 20s we do for the sportsman, they'll be, if there's 16 cars, we'll do invert of 8, 10, 12, or 16. Whatever the winner draws. Like we do that spinny wheel thing all the time. We use that the whole time.
I got you. Alrighty, well, good luck here in twin race, or the second race for the Street Stocks, or the first race for the Street Stocks, ever how you want to say it. So, and hopefully we'll see you back in Victory Lane.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, sir. Alrighty, and there you see everybody getting situated and out on the racing surface. Somebody hard into the outside wall there. Not too sure who that was. The 46 machine, Wyatt Sapp. And it's cool to see all these different styles. You got Camaros, you got Monte Carlos. I haven't seen a Thunderbird yet, but maybe we'll have all three of the street stocks that iRacing allows you to race in one race. So, be cool. Well, we're going to turn up the noise here, let you listen to a little bit of sight, sounds, and ears here from qualifying. And hopefully you enjoy it. Well, we got about 3 minutes and 40 seconds left here in practice, and Wyatt Zapp just got into the 24 there. And Billy Gregg sitting top of the board with a 16.332. And then Colton Brooks sitting second with a 16.362. Kyler Saylor with a 16.405 sits third. Sean Hayes with a 16.424 sits fourth. Wyatt Zapp with a 16.444 sits fifth. Nelson with a 16.448. Lumley sits seventh with a 464. Nolan Marshall sits eighth with a 499. Jeffrey Wood sits ninth with a 650. Tristan Adams sits 10th with a 16661. Jackson Casper sits 11th with a 696. Porter Miller sits 12th with a 16.754. Scooter Stanley sits 13th with a 16.866. And Chase L. Pierce has not took time yet. Nolan Marshall in one of his played cards again. Still got about 2 minutes left here in practice. Remember, there is no qualifying. We will be going straight to a 20-lap feature. 20 or 20. I think it's 20 or 25-lap feature. I will say Dominic Lumley's car looks pretty cool. I like that. Some really nice looking street stocks. And it looks like practice has come to an end here for your street stocks. And, whoa, Nola Marshall giving Kyler Staley a love tap there. Five seconds. 4, 3, 2, and a 1. We're going to see how everything lines up here. With that being said, we're gonna figure out some things and see what's going to happen with qualifying. Alrighty, qualifying has commenced, and Kyler Staley pulled the number 1 peel and will start on the front row on the pole position. Colton Brooks will pull the number 2 peel. That would be your front row. So Kyler Staley going to try to win him another one tonight, and Colton Brooks looking for his first win on the night. So going to be tough, going to be exciting. So getting everything finished, getting race control situated, and advancing the session, and we're going to be going green here in less than about 2 minutes. Alrighty. We're going to give you your starting grid here in just a minute when everybody gets situated. I do know that Kyler Staley will be starting on the pole, and Colton Brooks will be starting P2. We got 15 drivers in this one, so we picked up 3 more drivers from the modifieds. So still waiting on Jackson Casper to get in here. $20 laps is the distance, and Kyler Staley, Colton Brooks, row 1. Looks like Dominic Langley will be starting P3. To his outside, not too sure who that's going to be. We'll see in just a minute. Looks like Corbin Miller. Corbin Miller going to be starting to his outside. Wyatt Sapp in the 46 machine going to be starting 5th. Jackson Casper and that number 47 going to be starting 6th. Bryce Nelson going to be starting 7th. Chase L. Pierce going to be starting 8th. Billy Gregg going to be starting 9th. And the 1 machine of, I believe that's Hayes, going to be starting beside Chase L. Pierce. Pretty cool seeing old Thunderbird up front. Getting looks like Staley being the only Thunderbird in the top 5. Then you got Casper sitting in 6th with a Thunderbird. So, gonna be fun. Gonna be interesting to see if he can hang on and win this one. 20 laps. Pace lights off on the iRacing official pace car. Phil gonna work down into turn number 3 and 4. Barney, the iRacing flag man, ready to do battle here for 20 laps for your Bowman Gray Madhouse Racing League Street Stocks. Green flag, we're underway. Down off into turn number 1 and 2. Good run by Staley. Here comes Dominic Lumley. Brooks thought about trying to get down. Lumley said, I'm here, bud. I'm here. Wyatt Sapp sideways. Everybody sideways. Lumley driving the wheels off that race car. Meanwhile, back here in the back, Hornets Nest, 3 wide, 3 wide, 3 wide. You look. Caution flag out. Not too sure what happened there and why the caution come out. Looks like the 84 maybe of Scooter Stanley. Let's go back. Yeah, big one. Big wreck here on the front stretch into turn number 1. Let's go back and see what happened here. Field was working into 1 and 2. Scooter did not go, and the 94 got into him. That's Jeffrey Wood, and brought Tristan Adams with him. So, not what he wanted to see. 4 laps complete. Pace lights off on the iRacing official pace car. We're going to turn them loose again. Pace car trying to duck off. Spills in the hand of Kyler Staley. Green flag back in the air. Dominic Lumley on the charge. Pushing the 31 machine. Sapp already looking to the inside of Brooks. Here comes Sapp. Sapp thought about it. Nope. Whoop. Hang on to it, Sapp. Hang on. Oh, Bryce Nelson around. Billy Gregg around. Chase L. Pierce. Nolan Marshall. And others. Wyatt Sapp. Let's go back and see what happened here on the restart. Looks like Colton Brooks did not get a good start. Chucked up Wyatt Sapp. Wyatt Sapp driven. Done really good with saving it. Bryce Nelson got loose, and then just everything went crazy from there. 3 or 4 cars down there in the grass. Pace lights off on the iRacing Fish pace car. Field working through 3 and 4. Green flag back in the air. We're back on our way. Dominic Lumley all over the back bumper. Here comes Hayes. Here comes Lumley. Whoa! Staley, Brooks, side by side as they work through 1 and 2. Corbin Miller around down the back stretch. That's going to put the caution out once again. We go back here and look and see what happened. Corbin done pretty good in the modified. Looks like he struggled here in the street stocks. Oh, big checkup from everybody. Corbin just all by himself. Kyler Staley with a big checkup there on the off of 2. Not too sure what happened there with him, and that allowed Brooks to get around him and take the lead. Pace lights off on the iRacing official pace car. Here we go. We're going to duke them out. 10 down, 10 to go. Green flag. Here comes Lumley. Lumley already looking to the inside of Sean, the 1 machine of Hayes. Here comes Ollie Ferguson in that 55 machines. He looks to the inside of Jackson Casper. Colton Brooks with a big time loose. Here comes Hayes back to the back bumper. Staley all over the back bumper. The 24 though. He's going to move him. Brooks going to save it. Brooks going to get way up out of line. He's going to save it, though. Kyler Staley with a big bump and run there. Here comes Pierce. Hornets Nest, Marshall, Casper. Brooks all over the back bumper of Casper. That's going to cause a caution. Caution out once again. Ollie Ferguson through the grass, through the ditch, back up on the track, slides it, spins it, saves it. No. Pierce, sap with a, thought almost had it avoided. Let's go back there and see what happened with Nolan Marshall, Brooks, Billy Gregg, and yeah, everybody just nowhere to go. We'll go back and look and see what happened with Ferguson. Ferguson just got loose and along for the ride, spins it. Chase Pierce said, hold up. And Sap got the bad end of the stick there. So Dominic Lumley not happy with the one machine of the Hayes machine, and Hayes gonna flip the 62 machine. Race control's not gonna be happy with neither one of them two. Now you guys see why they call it the Madhouse Racing League, because you never know what kind of excitement you're going to get to see. Dominic Lumley for sure not happy with the 62 machine. Field's going to come back to the green flag here. Marine flag back in the air. Ollie Ferguson looking to the inside. And Hayes not able to turn. Here comes Ferguson back to the inside. Jackson Casper all right there as well. Here comes Pierce. Pierce on the outside of Chase. White flag in the air. Ken Staley, hold on. Oral Pierce, get around him. Side by side, down the back straightaway, side by side into 3. Here comes Chase Dale Pierce. Kyler Staley going to cry to cross him up. Oh, Ferguson going to dump Staley. Chase Dale Pierce going to come out and win it here in your street stocks in what was a wild one here at the Langley Speedway. Chase L. Pierce and the number 77 gonna coast here to victory lane, and the driver in the number 77 gonna burn it down here in your Madhouse street stocks. As we try to, we're going to try to get a word here in just a minute with the number 77 of Chase L. Pierce, as he's going to try to get it here, parked in victory lane here, and the Dale Lemons victory lane here at as we get a word here with Chase L. Pierce. Chase L. Pierce, you got me in the booth?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, what a wild one that was. Started P12, had to work your way through a lot of chaos and mess. You had that real late race caution. Walk me through when you seen it was going to be a green-white checkered.
Well, we went down in there. The caution came out there for that last caution, and Dominic and Sean had got into it even after the yellow dome got shown, I guess, and had destroyed his. I think it was right front. He went down in turn 1 there on the green, and he just didn't turn. I knew I had him. I mean, then Staley, he got a good first lap after the restart, and I had to find a little something that next lap. I didn't practice at all, so I was still trying to figure out what I needed to be fast, and seen he slipped up a little bit with those 2 lap cars there on the last lap, and drove under him out of 2, got down there beside him in 3, and he was about to cross me over. Couldn't let that happen. Ollie got in behind him and kind of turned him, I guess. That sucks for Staley. He had a lot of speed, but I mean, I seen that draw, and I didn't think I was going to finish that good, but we got through the field and got it done tonight.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, anybody you want to thank for bringing you home here with the win?
Top Hat Comics, Stick Shifter Sim Racing, Cottle Chassis, Bark Buddies, Red's Donut Shop, A-Shell Bell Buns, and I believe that's it.
Alrighty, well, showing up here, starting deep in the field, making it happen, coming home with the win here in the Madhouse Street Stocks at Langley. Going to be the 77 to Chase L. Pierce. Congratulations.
Thank you.
As we take a quick look here at the finishing order, it's not going to be up on your screen, but Jackson Casper comes home second, Ollie Ferguson third, Wyatt Sapp fourth, Billy Gregg fifth, Tristan Adams sixth, Jeffrey Wood comes home seventh, Nolan Marshall eighth, Kyler Staley, after tough luck there, comes home ninth, Dominic Lovely 10th, Sean Hayes 11th, Scooter Stanley 12th, Corbin Miller 13th, Colton Brooks 14th, and Bryce Nelson rounds out your 15 starting cars. Well, not sure where everybody's going to be at next week. Keep your eyes out. We'll be back here live with the Madhouse Racing League on Sunday for your sportsmans and your mini stocks. So for everybody over here at Elevated TV and the Madhouse Racing League, and everybody at Greg's Old Lexington Front End and Frame Shop, make sure you go give them in if you need a good old front end alignment in the North Carolina area. If you're in the market for a new race suit, make sure you go check out Velocita. They'll get you hooked up, custom suits. Use any type of suit, helmet, gloves, shoes, whatever you need racing-wise. I'm sure they can get it for you. So other than that, have a good night, everybody.